Hello students, today we will do the topic types of dividend policy. The various types of dividend policy we will discuss this today. First of all, the first dividend policy is regular dividend policy. Payment of dividend at the usual rate is termed as a regular dividend. The investors such as retired persons, widows and other economically weaker persons prefer to get regular dividends. A regular dividend policy offers the following advantages. It establishes a profitable record of the company. It creates a confidence amongst the shareholders. It aids in long-term financing and renders financing easier. It stabilizes the market value of shares. The ordinary shareholders view dividends as a source of funds to meet their day-to-day living expenses. However, it must be remembered that regular dividends can be maintained only by companies of long-standing and stable earnings. A company should establish the regular dividend at a lower rate as compared to the average stable dividend policy. The term stability of dividend means consistency or lack of variability in the stream of dividend payments. In more precise terms, it means payment of certain minimum amount of dividend regularly. A stable dividend policy may be established. It can be in any of the forms. First one is a constant dividend per share. Some companies follow a policy of paying fixed dividend per share irrespective of the level of the earnings year after year. Such firms usually create a reserve for dividend equalization to enable them pay the fixed dividend even in the year when the earnings are not sufficient or when there are losses. Next, it is a constant payout ratio. Constant payout ratio means payment of a fixed percentage of net earnings as dividends every year. The amount of dividend in such a policy fluctuates in direct proportion to the earnings of the company. The policy of constant payout is preferred by the firms because it is related to their ability to pay dividends. Third one is a stable rupee dividend plus extra dividend. Some companies follow a policy of paying constant low dividend per share plus extra dividends in the years of high profits. Such policy is more suitable to the firm having the fluctuating earnings from year to year. The third one is the irregular dividend policy. This policy is followed when there is uncertainty of the earnings, unsuccessful business operations, lack of liquid resources, fear of adverse effects of regular dividend on the financial standing of the company. It can be if we want to make it a little easier, we can say the uncertainty of earnings, unsuccessful business operations, lack of liquid resources, and fear of adverse effects of regular dividends on the financial standing of the company is known as irregular dividend policy. Fourth one is no dividend policy. A company may follow a policy of paying no dividends presently because of its unfavorable working capital position or on account of requirement of funds for the future expansion and growth. We can add two more types of dividend policies like the conservative dividend policy, which means a policy under which a company retains a large part of profits to finance future expansion and growth. It distributes either no profits or only a small portion of profits. We can say minimum dividend to its shareholders. The conservative dividend policy provides an economic source of finance to the company. It also helps a company in following a stable dividend policy or paying dividend regularly even when there are no sufficient profits. The next one is, and the last one is the liberal dividend policy. It is just the opposite of the conservative dividend policy. Under it, a large part of the profits is distributed among the shareholders and a high payout ratio is followed. Such a dividend policy improves the goodwill of the company and it may also help in maximizing the market value of its shares.